Hello, it's TFR Wilderness here. Welcome to my channel, and today my KTRT bots arrived from that I bought this month. Well, actually, they didn't exactly arrive. I had to go and fetch them from the local post office because they tried to deliver them yesterday, but of course, my mum wasn't in to accept delivery, so they left one of those little cards in the door saying, "Oh, we tried to deliver it, but you weren't in, so we're taking it back to the depot, and you'll have to pick it up," and so yeah, I had to go pick them up today. But I've got them now; they're here, and the first one is the subject of today's review. Now, Hello Carbots, as we all know, Hello Carbots at one time was it was the Korean toy series that got me interested in Korean toys in the first place. What I loved about the original Carbots was that they were quite large bots, and they had really fun transformations, and their alt modes were realistic scale models of real world Hyundai vehicles, and I really liked that. But as time's gone on, the Hello Carbot line has gone through various. Every year they bring out a new season. They bring out new characters, and they've moved away from what I liked about the show in the first place, which was the scale alt modes of real vehicles. And they're inventing sort of made up vehicles. They've branched out into other areas of toy manufacture, and some of the newer toy lines that they're producing aren't really to my taste. So I've sort of gone off the Hello Carbot toy line for a bit. But last year they took the bold step of doing movies. They've actually moved into the movie sort of genre. And last year they did their first movie, which was called Cretaceous Period Adventure or something like that. And it was out in the cinema, and they did a special run of 4 Dino Carbot toys to go along with the characters in the movie. And I bought all 4 of them. I've got all 4 of them, and I reviewed them last year. Now, just recently, we've had the second Hello Carbot movie came out. Was it last month? I think it came out in February. I think was it February or back in January. It's already out anyway, and it's called The Secret of Omphalos Island. Now, Omphalos is spelt Omphalos, Omphalos or Omphalos. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. Omphalos Island. Anyway, and as I understand the plot. Basically, it's got aliens in it, and in some of the early seasons of Hello Carbot Show, Chatan had runs in with these aliens. They're pretty generic aliens. They drive around in flying saucers. They look like little green men from Mars, and all that stuff. But obviously, the aliens have made a comeback, and I think the way I understand the plot, Chatan and his family have rented a motor cruiser, and they're cruising around some islands, and they come to this uninhabited island, and it's like a desert island, for a holiday, and a little adventure on the island. It turns out the island's got a secret base on it with these aliens, and they go to attack them, and all of a sudden these 4 animal carbots spring out and help them battle the aliens. They've brought out 4 brand new animal carbot toys for this line, and they've also brought out a 5th one. It's a copolymer combiner. It's like a truck, and it has like a Dinobot and a lion, and it combines together, and it's a bit rubbish, to be honest. I ain't interested in it. But anyway, the 4 figures for this line, there's a lion, a buffalo, a mammoth, and a shark, and the names aren't particularly original. I mean, the lion's called K-Lion. The mammoth is called Mymouth, the shark is called A Shark, and the buffalo is called Falo. Now, the one I've gone for, because to me, looking at reviews of these figures, only one of them floated my boat. Only one of them looked half decent. The rest of them had their problems. I mean, the lion, K-Lion, he's a bit like Triton from the Dinobots. He's the beast head becomes his chest, and he's got lots of kibble on him, and he's a fairly atypical sort of beast former, but he's got a lot of kibble, and he doesn't look that good. He's got like a massive yellow plastic, and it doesn't look that great. A Shark, I was tempted to go for A Shark because again, token fembot. She's the female of the group. The top half looks great. Kind of looks. It's got some really gaudy colours going on, a bit like Terrajet. But then you get down to the legs, and she's a panel former, so her alt mode is a big grey shark, and basically the shell, the body of the shark folds around and becomes her legs, and so she's got these massive, for want of a better word, she's got these shark skin bell bottom trousers. It looks ridiculous. So yeah, I didn't decide to go for her. And then Mammoth, the mammoth, I mean, he's a woolly mammoth. And his robot mode, what happens is the mammoth legs, they sort of fold in and become the robot feet, and he looks like he's wearing a massive great pair of, sort of mammoth skin Wellington boots. It looks ridiculous. So yeah, I discarded the other three, and I've gone for Falo, and here he is. So this is Hello Carbot, Secret of Omphalos Island, Animal Carbot, Falo. And this is his alt mode, and as you can see, it's a black buffalo, and pretty good looking bot. Well, pretty good looking animal. We'll put that down for a second. Have a quick look at the box, and you can see it's got a very bright, colourful design. And it says at the bottom like Animal Carbot Falo. And it's got the logo for the new movie, Secret of Omphalos Island, or however you pronounce it. And then you got sort of picture on the side and on the top, and then a picture of him on the bottom. And then on the back, yeah, as you can see on the back, it's got all the other characters, and then you've got K-Lion, Falo, Mammoth, and a shark. And that's the box. Inside it has the same sort of cardboard runner type thing, like they did on the Dino bot figures. And it also comes with a pair of chips for the hand activator, the wrist activator, which I haven't got. Got no interest in getting. Comes with a set of instructions, which are relatively detailed and easy to follow. And then we've got Falo's alt mode, and it's a good looking buffalo. My obviously it's got a lot of panel lines that make up the beast mode. But then again, as the way this thing transforms, they can't really get away from that. It's got a few bits of robo kibble. I mean, these are the toes of the robot mode, and then you've got bits of robot on the inside of the back legs. But apart from that, it's pretty good. I mean, the moulding detail's really good on it. It's a shame it hasn't got much paint apps. I mean, he's got little eyes painted yellow, and he's got black hoofs, and he's got a black tuft on the end of his tail. But apart from that, it's all this sort of slaty grey colour. Which is a bit of a shame, really. I would have liked it if they'd have done a little bit more of a paint job on it to make it look realistic. Now, apart from he's got like a slightly rubbery tail that's on a ball joint, and it can flick flies away from his arse, as they do on buffaloes. But apart from that, he's a brick. Doesn't move. Nothing moves. I mean, his horns are a bit rubbery. But that's it. That's all you can say about it. It's just a black buffalo. Deal with it. Transformation. Now, this guy has got a little bit of parts forming, but transformation's pretty decent. Now, to start off with, you pull the arse off the figure, and well, you just kind of just leave it like that for now, because you'll come to it later. Then you can start peeling the figure apart. You've got to unhook these panels, because they do peg together very firmly. Come on. How did I do this last time? So you kind of prise it open. There we go. So you unhook these bits and bring them out to the side. Then you can start unfolding the legs. So bring that down, then you fold this out, separate the legs, get these pieces, fold them up, and then you fold that there and then fold that in, and there's a little tab and it folds in, and that forms the back of the leg. Do the same on this side, fold that up, fold that in, and then fold that up, and then that's the legs done. Then you get to the upper torso, start splitting, split the sides open and sort of fold them down, and then sort of fold them out to the side. And you fold these bits up, and then that's the arms done. And then finally, head reveal. Pop. There's a little slider on the back. You pop the head up. And then finally, you get this piece, and it has two little pegs on the back, which go into, well, two little ports, which go into two little pegs, and then you can, you just so I think you have to, it has these hinge pieces on here which you can sort of bring out a little bit, and then there we go. So you plug that in the back, and then you can just sort of twist these bits round to form the backpack. And there we go. There's Falo in his robot mode, and I think he looks really good. You know, he's got a gorgeous colour palette going on, and this is what attracted me to him in the first place. You know, he's got the dark slaty grey of the beast mode, and you've got this really nice sort of royal blue going on, and then he's got some tinges of yellow here and there, and the striking white and a little bit of brown, and the colours really work well. And sometimes it takes, you know, if you have a bot that's exhibiting a certain colour palette, is that what attracts me to it? You know, because it kind of gives me a colour boner, so to speak. I mean, there's bots in the past, I've bought them purely because of the colours that's on it, and it's very much the case for this guy. So yeah, he's a decent looking robot. Articulation. Now, this guy is pretty good for articulation wise, but then again, Carbot figures tend to be a step above the average KTRT. They have a few extra joints thrown in. I mean, like he's got, you know, like a ball joint, well, not a ball jointed head, he's got like a rotation on his head. Now you have to take the backpack off because it does get in the way, but you know, he's got ratcheted shoulders. He's got his now he's got a pivot on the arm there, but you've also got the shoulder pivot as well. So you know, you can get his arm up to there. He's got elbow that goes to 90 degrees, no bicep swivel, fairly typical. Now he does have a waist joint, which is good, and I think it's for, well, it's for transformation, I think. Now it's got like a little notch that locks it in the, you know, in the forwards position. So, but you know, you can turn it round. And then moving down to the hips. Beautiful spread. Legs go forwards, legs go back. It's got 5 swivels. It's got knees that go to, well, they look like they go to over 90 degrees, but actually I think due to the angle of the calf and the shin, I think they only go to 90 degrees, but it's enough. And then the feet are fixed. He has got like these like platform shoe dealies. He's got like a heel and a toe. And So he doesn't stand. He's a bit of a bugger to stand up sometimes because he hasn't got, you know, like a nice flat base on his feet, and he's a little back heavy, especially when you got the old backpack on. But you know, he's a decently articulated bot, and he looks great. Now the backpack also doubles as a weapon because it's got like a fold-out peg, and I'm not sure how it's supposed to work. I mean, you know, you can angle the legs however you want, and then you can plug it in his hands, and then he's got, you know, like a blaster. Or if you pull these arms out, and it kind of looks like he's got a big claw or something. I'm not sure what's going on there, but yeah, you can use it as a weapon. This kibble piece, even though it really needs to stick on his back and form part of his backpack. Yeah, he's a pretty decent little figure. He's got a decent weight to him. His joints are very tight. Apart from this one here, because I've noticed when you put the weapon in his hand, it kind of droops. But apart from that, all the joints on this guy are, you know, pretty tight, and he can do some half decent poses. He's not, you know, flush with joints because obviously he hasn't got, you know, bicep swivels, but everything else is there pretty much. He's even got a waist joint, which is unusual for a Carbot. Yeah, so he's a really decent figure. I love the colours on this guy. I mean, that colour palette just pops. You know, he really looks great. And from what clips I've seen of the film, this guy he's a bit of a dancer. He likes busting out some moves and doing some break dancing in a couple of the scenes, especially when he's in the middle of the alien base. He suddenly starts spinning around on his head and going woo and making all whoop noises. Yeah, so he looks like quite an interesting character, though I haven't actually seen the film, and I don't know whether I'll ever see it because I've been trying to get hold of a DVD of the movie from last year, the Cretaceous Adventure one, but they don't seem to have made a DVD of it, and they haven't uploaded it onto YouTube, so I don't know whether I'll ever get a chance to watch it. It's the same with this new movie. I mean, I'd like to watch it, but you just don't know, do you? Anyway, so yeah, Hello Carbot's Secret of Omphalos Island, Animal Carbot Falo. He's pretty good. He's pretty decent. You know, for a typical Carbot, he's a-okay. He looks great. He's decently articulated. You know, okay, the alt mode's a bit of a brick, but then again, it's the same for all the other Dinobot and animal characters they've been doing for these movie figures. So yeah, but he looks good. He's a decent looking robot, and that's why I went for him. So before we go, do a quick size comparison. There he is next to Combiner Wars Megs. And as you can see, he's slightly shorter at the head than a leader class figure. But he's got, you know, plenty of kibble, which makes him look bigger than he actually is. But yeah, he's a pretty cool figure, and I'm glad I got him. So I'll be doing... obviously, I did my chewing the fat last week. Haven't actually done any Dragon Prince videos yet. I don't know when I'm going to do one, so it's business as usual until then. So yeah, that's me for today. Like I said, I've got another Korean bot, which I will probably review. I'll probably review it next week because I'm going to the MCM Comic Con on Saturday the 23rd of March, and I'm hoping to pick up some Siege figures and hopefully some Siege leader class figures, and if I manage to get hold of one of those, then I'll probably review one of those, you know, towards the end of the month. But apart from that, that's it for me today. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. My bloody webcam's been playing up again and freezing up, so yeah, hopefully this video works. A lot of editing, I guess, to be done, but there we go. I've been Falo. I'll catch you all next time. Ta-da.